here again. I decided I'm gonna do a little fishing while I'm out here. Sorry, the sun's really bright. It's right in my eyes here, and I didn't want to put it in the camera. So I'm gonna do my best. Beautiful morning. It's actually cooled off quite a bit. So tired of that heat, man. Living in Missouri this summer is like living in an oven. But hopefully this doesn't distract you. I apologize. I just thought I might do this while I'm out here. So being prepared is kind of the direction we're going with this conversation for the end times, because being prepared is very significant to Jesus Christ. Because as he's talking about the end times, he says first that the kingdom of heaven is likened to the kingdom of heaven is like a ruler who has some servants, and if he puts his servants in charge of his goods and they do great, he rewards them with everything. If he puts them in charge of his goods and they consume it all or are wicked with it, then he cuts them in two. But then right after he has that conversation about the wicked, he then talks about, in the faithful servant, he talks about being prepared for a second coming. So we're going to pick it up there. Matthew 25, starting verse 1. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamp and went out to the bridegroom. Now 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Now, the problem with this is that it's not just physically being prepared. It's also spiritually being prepared. It's being everything Jesus wants you to be when he returns. But it's also being physically prepared, and it's also going to be very dark. When Jesus returns, it would have been dark for at least 2 months. 2 months, the whole world would have been dark for 2 months. And when he returns, that's what breaks away that darkness, that cancels out the darkness. It breaks through those clouds, and then the sun shines for the first time. That's how you know he's coming, because you see him come in a cloud of glory. But it's also about being prepared. And I share this video because the next couple weeks, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about being prepared physically and spiritually. Because I believe most Christians are not even kind of prepared. I think because they believe in a fake pre-tribulation rapture. They have this concept that somehow, before any of this happens, that they just, all they have to be prepared for is this current life of the air conditioner works. I walk in the door, I click on the lights, they come on. I get a paycheck every 2 weeks that pays for my food. I go to the grocery store and get it. If I'm sick, I go to the doctor. That's prepared for them. But being prepared for 3.5 years, a 3.5-year war, and it's really only a war because God's on your side, because it's the entire world against a small remnant of people. And you have to be prepared for that. There aren't going to be many doctors available. There's not going to be grocery stores available to you unless you take the mark of the beast. These things won't be available to you. So you have to be prepared. And that's really where we're going to focus, because that's what Jesus said to do. It's not just about being spiritually prepared. It's about being physically prepared. You know, it's a little over 3.5 years. It's 3.5 years. And then an additional 45 days that you're going to have to endure. And it's not going to be easy. But being prepared is significant. And it's not just stocking up on food and toilet paper. There's a lot more to it. It's making sure you have antibiotics. It's making sure you have, plenty of ammo. It's making sure you have medical supplies. It's making sure you have an abundance of food. It's making sure you have clean water. It's making sure there's so many aspects of being prepared. And it's making sure that you have a system in place of people, a network of people to navigate this very difficult situation, because everything's going to be underground. Because if you're like me, you're going to be an outlaw. So that's what these next several series that's what these next several episodes are going to be about, is really this idea of being prepared. So stick with us. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm not, necessarily a professional prepper like a lot of people out there, but But I am a scientist and I'm a Christian, and I know what Jesus said. 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. And but it's also, there's a spiritual aspect. He's talking about spiritual and physical, both things. So we're going to spend a little time, just like we spent several episodes on the wicked and faithful servant. We're going to spend a few episodes on being prepared. So hope these videos are helping. Any thoughts or comments? I kind of had a breakthrough yesterday. I was strangely feeling sorry for myself for having to get out on the water every day and film, and it dawned on me, it's like feeling sorry for yourself because you're getting out on the water every day and filming is ridiculous. It has been challenging, I won't lie, but I'm definitely not going to feel sorry for myself for pity, because this is beautiful. What God is doing is amazing. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful water out here. I don't think I'm going to catch them. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't have a trolling motor here, but you never know. If I catch them, I'll let you know. So just there's a degree of being ready for 3.5 years to prepare for Jesus' return, and it's different than what most people are preparing for. So stick with me. Any thoughts on that? Definitely put that in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. God listens. He wants you to ask for what it is you need. He's a good, loving Father. Definitely put that below. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.